Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing a deep dive today into something that's really got everyone talking to the business world. It's SAP S/4HANA 2025.
Oh, yeah.
We've got this great article. It's called SAP S/4HANA 2025 Top 5 New Features You Need to Know.
hmm
And it really lays out what the future of business could look like.
I think you're right about that.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like if you think of your current business, processes like riding a bicycle.
Okay.
S/4HANA is like, getting this souped-up electric car, especially with that ECC support ending in 2027.
Yeah, it is. It's really interesting how this update, it's not just like throwing in a few new features. It's like SAP is really laying down like the foundation
Yeah.
for this thing they call the intelligent enterprise.
Okay, so that's interesting. So let's unpack that intelligent enterprise thing. Where do we even start?
Well, the article highlights 5 key features, and the first one is enhanced AI-driven automation.
Okay.
And this is where SAP Joule comes in. That's their AI assistant.
It's not just about automating the easy stuff anymore. We're talking about AI that understands how we talk, analyzes super complicated data,
Wow.
and gives you insights that can actually change how you make decisions.
Okay, so what would that look like for someone in finance, let's say?
Okay, picture this. You're a financial analyst,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And you're usually stuck doing invoice reconciliation for hours manually.
Right.
But with SAP Joule, it's done in like a snap. But it doesn't stop there. Joule can look at all your financial data and point out risks
Oh, wow.
or opportunities that you might missed, so you can be way more on top of things and strategic.
That changes everything. Those boring tasks that used to take forever are just gone.
Exactly.
Not time for more important stuff.
Exactly. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Think about it. A logistics manager could use the AI to predict supply chain problems before they even happen.
Oh, wow.
Or a marketing team, personalizing customer experiences on a huge scale.
Yeah.
The possibilities are mind-blowing.
So mastering AI within S/4HANA, that's going to be a must-have, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to stay ahead of the game, you got to know how to integrate and use AI within S/4HANA.
Okay, let's move on to the next big thing. The cloud. It feels like everyone's moving to the cloud these days, and S/4HANA 2025 is no different, right?
Absolutely. S/4HANA 2025 is all about the cloud. It gives you the flexibility to use public, private, or hybrid setups,
Yeah.
and the improvements to RISE with SAP.
Yeah.
Those are really something. They make cloud migrations a breeze, and integrating with those big cloud providers like AWS and Azure, super easy.
Okay, but what does that actually mean for a business? Like, can you give me a real-world example?
Sure. Let's say you're a retailer with both physical stores and an online shop.
Okay.
S/4HANA Cloud lets you connect your entire business.
Yeah.
Everything's talking to each other. Your online store, your warehouse, your physical stores, all in real time. You can manage your stock globally,
Wow.
track sales from every channel, get a complete view of your business all from one dashboard.
So no more data silos, and you get a way clearer picture of what's happening across the business.
Exactly. This kind of integration and real-time visibility is really powerful. It lets businesses be more agile, responsive, and make smarter decisions based on the data they have.
Okay, now let's talk about something I really care about: user experience.
Okay.
We've all been there, stuck with clunky, outdated software, and ERP systems haven't always been the easiest to use.
I hear you.
So tell me about this Fiori 2.0.
That's where Fiori 2.0 comes in.
Let's-
S/4HANA 2025 introduces a whole new user experience, something that's intuitive, personalized. And I'm not afraid to say it's enjoyable.
Wait a minute, enjoyable ERP?
You heard me?
Are we talking about the same thing here? Convince me.
Okay, think drag and drop dashboards that you can customize mobile access so you can work from anywhere,
Okay.
and even voice commands.
Wow.
But it's more than just fancy features. Fiori 2.0 is designed to make your workflow smoother, fewer clicks, and users can find what they need quickly and easily. It's all about making your ERP system as easy to use as possible.
I see how that could really boost productivity and morale. No one likes fighting with a system that feels like it's working against them.
Right. A happy user is a productive user, and Fiori 2.0 is all about happy users.
Speaking of things that should make us happy, S/4HANA 2025 seems to be really focused on sustainability, which is something we're hearing a lot about these days.
Absolutely. Sustainability is not just a good idea anymore. It's essential for any business that wants to stay in the game. S/4HANA 2025 actually has tools built right in
Oh, wow.
to help you track and manage your environmental impact.
So what does that look like in practice? Like, what kind of tools are we talking about?
We have features for real-time carbon accounting, so you can see the environmental impact of everything you do. There are tools to help you create a circular economy, minimizing waste, and maximizing recycling. And of course, you have simplified ESG reporting, which is becoming super important for investors and stakeholders.
So instead of sustainability being this extra thing that companies try to tack on, it's
Right.
actually woven into how they do business.
Exactly. And that's a huge shift. It lets companies make more sustainable choices across the board, from the materials they use to managing their supply chain to designing their products. It's about making sustainability part of the company's DNA.
Okay, I'm starting to see how all these features connect. AI helps us automate and analyze. The cloud connects everything. Fiori makes it easy to use, and sustainability is built right in. It's like all these pieces come together to create something completely revolutionary.
That's a great observation. And there's one more piece of the puzzle that ties it all together, the clean core approach.
Ah, yes, the clean core. That sounds interesting, but before we jump into that, I think we need to take a quick break. We've covered a lot already, and I want to give our listeners time to process all this amazing information. We'll be right back to explore the clean core and how it underpins everything we've been talking about. Welcome back, everyone. Before the break, we were just about to get into this clean core approach in SAP S4HANA 2025. It sounds like it's a pretty big deal, but what does it actually mean?
You're right, the clean core is really at the heart of that whole intelligent enterprise idea. Basically, it means that SAP has gone in and cleaned up and simplified the whole architecture of S4HANA.
Mm-hmm.
Getting rid of all that extra stuff that just built up over time.
So it's kind of like decluttering your digital space, getting rid of all the things that you don't really use anymore.
That's a great way to put it. And by having this cleaner, simpler core, the system becomes way more flexible.
Oh.
Updates and upgrades are easier, and you've got this really solid foundation for all those cool features we talked about before: AI, advanced analytics, cloud integration. All that stuff can really take off.
Okay, I can see how that makes sense.
Yep.
But let's say I'm someone running a business listening to this. How do I even start to use this clean core idea? Is it something I actually have to do, or is it more of a behind-the-scenes thing?
It's a little bit of both, actually.
Yeah.
You see, on the technical side, SAP has already done the hard work by simplifying the architecture. But for businesses, adopting a clean core mindset means you got to constantly look at your processes, see how you can streamline them, and try to keep those customizations to a minimum. The ones that could really slow things down in the long run.
So it's about being aware of that complexity creep and not being afraid to let go of the old ways of doing things just because that's how we've always done it.
Exactly. It's about being open to new ways of working, embracing automation where it makes sense, and really using the power of S4HANA to its fullest.
Now, we talked about the cloud earlier, and I'm curious how this clean core approach affects that whole cloud integration thing.
That's a great question. Actually, the clean core makes cloud integration better in a couple of ways. First, it makes those migrations to the cloud way smoother. With a simpler system, there's less to move, less to configure, fewer things that can go wrong along the way.
So less of a headache for everyone involved.
Exactly. And second, the clean core lets you integrate faster and more seamlessly with all sorts of cloud platforms and applications. With that streamlined architecture, you're less likely to run into compatibility issues. So it's easier to connect S4HANA to your existing cloud setup.
That's a huge advantage these days when businesses use so many different cloud-based tools and services.
Absolutely. It's all about creating this seamless, connected digital environment where data can flow freely and everything works together.
This all sounds incredibly powerful and futuristic, but I gotta admit, a part of me is thinking, okay, but how do we actually make this happen? How do we take all these cool ideas and turn them into real results?
Well, that's where the human element comes in. Technology is only as good as the people who use it. And that's why S4HANA 2025 is so focused on empowering users.
Right. We talked about Fiori 2.0 before and how it makes the user experience so much better, but it's more than just a pretty interface, right?
Oh, for sure. Fiori 2.0 is all about guiding users, giving them the info they need when they need it, and making it easy for them to do their jobs efficiently.
So it's like having a built-in coach to help you use the system and get the most out of it.
Exactly. And when you combine that easy-to-use interface with those powerful AI tools, real-time data insights, and a clean, streamlined system, that's when you see the real potential of the intelligent enterprise.
It's like everything just falls into place, and suddenly you're not just working with data, you're working with intelligence.
That's a great way to put it. And this is where things get really interesting. When you have people who are empowered by technology, who can get the information they need, who can collaborate easily, and who can make decisions based on data, you unlock a whole new level of innovation and creativity.
It's like taking the limits off of what people can do and letting them do their best work.
Exactly. And that, for me, is the ultimate goal of S/4HANA 2025, to create a world where technology helps people, not replaces them, and where businesses can do amazing things by using both human ingenuity and digital innovation. But before we go too far, let's get into some specific examples of how these S/4HANA advancements can be used in different industries and roles. We'll take a short pause and come back to explore the practical side of these exciting innovations.
Okay, so we're back and ready to see how all of these S/4HANA 2025 advancements can actually be used in the real world. I'm especially curious about how different industries and roles can benefit. Like, what are some examples that come to mind?
Well, the possibilities are pretty huge.
Yeah.
But let's start with manufacturing. Let's say you're a production manager dealing with all those complicated supply chains, and you're always trying to be as efficient as possible.
Right.
Well, S/4HANA's AI-powered analytics can look at real-time data from your factory floor and predict any bottlenecks that might come up,
Oh, wow.
and even suggest changes to your production schedule,
Oh.
all before a problem even happens.
So it's like having this proactive system that keeps everything running smoothly.
Exactly. Now let's switch gears to retail. Imagine you're a marketing manager, and you want to create those personalized shopping experiences for your customers.
Okay.
S/4HANA can take data from your online store, loyalty programs, even social media,
Wow.
and build a complete profile for each customer, so you can send them targeted promotions and recommendations that really match what they like.
That's amazing. So instead of just sending out generic marketing stuff,
Right.
you can create these individual experiences that are way more relevant and engaging.
Exactly. And the great thing about S/4HANA is that you can use these features across so many industries and roles. For healthcare providers, it could mean using AI to manage patient flow and resources better.
Hmm.
For financial institutions, it could be about automating risk assessments and catching fraud. The possibilities are really endless.
It sounds like S/4HANA 2025 is a real game changer for businesses of all sizes across every industry. But we can't forget that ECC support is going away in 2027. That deadline is getting closer, and I bet it's making some businesses nervous, especially those still using the older systems.
You're absolutely right. That 2027 deadline is a big push for companies to make that digital transformation. Companies that haven't started planning their move to S/4HANA need to get moving now,
Yeah.
because if they wait, they could face security risks, compliance issues, and miss out on all the advantages that S/4HANA offers.
It's like you're at a fork in the road. You can stick with what you know, even though it's outdated. Or you can take the new path, even if it seems a little scary.
Right.
A path that leads to innovation and growth.
And even though moving to a new system can feel overwhelming, the benefits are definitely worth it. S/4HANA isn't just about updating your technology, it's about transforming your business. It can help you streamline things, make better decisions, improve your customers' experience, and ultimately grow in a sustainable way.
Okay, so let's say I'm sold. I'm ready for this S4HANA revolution. Where do I even begin? What are some practical steps I can take right now?
Well, the first thing is to take a good look at how you do things now and figure out where your pain points are. Where are you losing efficiency? Where are your current systems holding you back? This will help you set your goals and make a plan for your S4HANA journey.
So it's like taking a look at where you are and where you want to go,
Right.
and using S4HANA to get you there.
That's a great way to put it. Once you know what you want to achieve, you can start looking at the different ways to set it up: public cloud, private cloud, or a hybrid mix. Each option has its own advantages and disadvantages.
Right.
And the best choice for you will depend on your specific needs and budget.
And I'm guessing this is where working with an experienced SAP partner can really make a difference.
Absolutely. Having an SAP expert on your team, someone who knows your industry and can guide you through the whole process, is super important. They can help you figure out your current setup, come up with a migration strategy, and make sure everything goes smoothly.
It's like having a trusted guide to help you navigate this new world.
Exactly. And don't forget about change management. Moving to S/4HANA isn't just about the technology. It's about getting your people on board, giving them the training they need, and creating a culture of continuous learning. You'll only get the most out of S/4HANA if your team is ready to use it.
So it's a whole package deal. It's the technology, the people, and the processes all working together towards the same goal.
Exactly. It's about bringing together human ingenuity and digital innovation to make a real difference in your organization. And for me, that's what the intelligent enterprise is all about.
This has been an amazing deep dive. We've talked about so much, from the main features of S4HANA 2025 to what it means for businesses in all kinds of industries. I feel like I have a much better understanding of what the future of enterprise resource planning looks like.
It's definitely clear that S/4HANA is more than just an ERP system. It's a platform for innovation, a way to boost growth, and a path to that intelligent enterprise. The key is to be open to change, Invest in the right resources and empower your people to use this incredible technology.
I couldn't agree more. And for our listeners who want to learn even more, there's a ton of information available online. SAP's website, community forums, industry blogs are all great places to keep exploring S/4HANA.
And don't hesitate to reach out to SAP partners and consultants. They can give you personalized advice and support based on your specific needs. The journey to the intelligent enterprise starts with a single step, and there's no better time than now to start that journey.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into SAP S/4HANA 2025. We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and empowering. Remember, the future of business is in your hands, and with the right tools and the right mindset, you can achieve some pretty incredible things.